So the future tense is we're going to learn how to add 을 것이다 to verb stems. Hello. So when you add 을 것이다 to verb stems, you're talking about something happening in the future. So how do you say you used to do something but now you do something else? If you want to say something like that, you would probably say there's a couple different ways you could say that. If you want to say like yesterday I studied but today I didn't, you'd probably use like a 지만 and conjugate something like that, like but, something like that, and you use the topic particles to show contrast. Anyway, I won't get too distracted. Let's talk about the future tense. So, let's look at the conjugation rules. 을 것이다 can be attached to action verbs or descriptive verbs. If the verb stem ends in a vowel sound or 를, attach 을 거예요. So if it's a vowel sound or 를. So 보다 ends in a vowel sound, and so we're going to attach 를 거예요. All right. So the 를 goes on the bottom, and we add 것이다, 볼 것이다. This is like the dictionary form of the conjugation. And when you attach informal polite formality, it becomes 볼 거예요. I will see, or I will watch. So 영화를 볼 거예요. I will watch a movie. All right. Let's look at another example. 마시다. We looked at 마시다 before. That's the verb meaning to drink. So that becomes 마실 것이다. And in the present tense conjugation, in the informal polite conjugation, it becomes 마실 거예요. So this is the conjugation meaning I will drink. So 물을 마실 거예요. I will drink water. Or 주스를 마실 거예요. I will drink juice, for example. So let's look at one together. 만들다. All right. So 만들다, we also looked at before. It's the verb meaning to make. So if you want to say, I will make in the future, I will make something, first thing we do is we look at the final consonant sound, or the final vowel sound. In this case, we have a 를, so this rule applies. And then we do not repeat this 를, it just becomes 만들 것이다. This is the dictionary form conjugation. You just attach the space and then 것이다. And in the informal polite, what does this become? 만들 것이다. In informal polite Korean, what do we write here? How do you say I will make? 만들 거예요. Perfect. 만들 거예요. Good job. 만들 거예요. 만들 거예요. So 피자를 만들 거예요. I will make pizza. Or 음악을 만들 거예요. I will make music. How come I get rid of the 타? It's a good question. So this 타 exists on all verbs in their dictionary forms. If you look up any verb in the dictionary in Korean, it will always have 타. But when you conjugate verbs in Korean, the first thing that always disappears is this 타. This 타 always goes away. And then you can stick on your conjugation. So you'll see this happen a lot in Korean. This 타 goes away, you add your conjugation, and then you can use this verb in your sentence. All right. So 만들다, 만들 것이다, 만들 거예요. All right. Now the next rule you need to know is if the What online dictionaries would you recommend the most? I would definitely recommend the Naver dictionary the most. Naver is a company, a website made by the Korean company Naver. And Naver is a Korean-made company, and they have a really, really good dictionary that's got all sorts of Korean verbs. And the nice thing about Naver is that they also have lots of example sentences, and they even have like VLive sentences that are taken like from dubbings of like videos. They have also like very like conversational things as well. So I really do recommend that, and it's free. It's free to use. It's kind of like the Korean version of like Google Translate kind of thing. But it's great. I recommend that. All right. So if the verb stem ends in a consonant sound, attach 을 거예요. So now we have this, instead of just the 를 on the bottom, we have 을 거예요. All right. So for example, 괜찮다. 괜찮다 means to be okay, to be fine. Hey, wow. Very speedy response. Yeah, perfect. 괜찮을 거예요. 괜찮다 becomes 괜찮을 거예요. Okay, what about 듣다? Oh, this is a tricky one. Okay, so this one's a tricky one. So 듣다 is a tiget irregular verb. So if you're not sure about tiget irregular verbs, you may not know how to conjugate this one, but I'll briefly explain it to you. So some verbs that end in this tiget conjugate in a different way. Hey, Pivo's got it. So when you encounter one of these verbs, this ticket goes away, so first thing, and you change it to a ler. So now we have ter that's going to be attached to 을 거예요. So it becomes 들을 거예요. So there are a couple other. The other most common ticket irregular verb is 걷다, which means to walk. So 걷다 becomes 걸을 거예요, like I will walk somewhere. Okay, 먹다, that's an easier one. 먹다 ends on a 받침. So when we add 을 거예요, what does that become in casual polite formality? Conjugating 먹다, yeah, perfect. 먹을 거예요. Great. I do see people using instead of really, native speakers use both. Even though this one is technically the correct one, you're going to see this one used as well all the time. It's just one of those things.